Every language, every library, every framework all has something that really defines it, what makes it stand apart from something else. And for me, when I think of Qt, I think of signals and slots. Signals and slots are not a Qt-centric technology, but the way Qt has done it is just amazing. I've never seen anything that even comes close to this level of functionality. There are a few things out there that try to mimic it, but none of them really come this close. The problem with signals and slots is it's a pretty advanced topic, but it's also fundamental to understanding what makes Qt great. And if you read the documentation, it's a little confusing. Signals and slots are used for communication between objects. Stop reading. Don't go any further because it's going to get really confusing. You're going to dive into the meta object system and Mach and QObject and all the things that we've touched on so far before you even talk about signals and slots. Instead, simply scroll down to this graphic. I love this image. So you have an object that wants to communicate with one or more other objects, and we want objects to be able to communicate with multiple objects, one or many times. Yes, that's insanely powerful, and these objects don't even really need to know the others exist. That's what Mach really does for us, the meta object compiler. It all goes down to the humble QObject, the base class of all Qt objects. This has signals and slots baked right into it. And if you scroll down, you go past all the functions, there's a ton of them, you'll see this. Public slots, public signals. Notice there's really no public modifier in front of this, it's just signals because every signal is, well, public by default. Now you get all this meta object connections. So we can dynamically connect and disconnect signals and slots. Let me go ahead and explain. So let's say we have a light switch, a light bulb, a blender, and an alarm. These are four very different classes. None of them have a clue that the others exist. They're just islands in themselves. There's no inheritance chain whatsoever. But all of them have one thing in common. They're all QObjects. Now, because they're QObjects, they have this signals and slot mechanism baked right into it, which means you can do something like this. You want the light switch to control that blender. However, you want the blender to control a light bulb. And you also want the light bulb turned on or off by the switch in case the light bulb gets a little annoying. So you could do something like this. And if, let's say, the blender has a problem, or the light bulb has a problem, or the light switch has a problem, you want to turn on some alarm. And then later you realize that you don't want to turn on or off the alarm, so you could later delete that connection dynamically. That is awesome, and none of these classes even know the others exist. The meta object engine in the background takes care of all of this for you. And you can do this across threads, which is something extremely powerful and very advanced, way more advanced than what this course is going to cover. But once you learn this fundamental concept, it goes with you through Qt, no matter how advanced you get with it. Then when you bake in something like QML, again, an advanced topic that we cover in another course, which is user interfaces, you can then tie in dynamic user interfaces with classes in the C++ background.